Welcome to the Reel-Craven County Schools' newest podcast. And I have Michelle Lee, our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, well, we're glad to have you. And we have you here to talk about Craven Virtual Academy.
Yes, ma'am.
So one of our great learning options for our students. So we wanted to share all of the happenings and newest things that are going on with Craven Virtual Academy. So tell us what's going on and what's in store for the new school year.
Okay. So this is our third full year for having a virtual academy. After COVID, it became very apparent to us that there was a population of our students that needed a different opportunity. Mm-hmm. So over the course of the past 3 years, we've had a brick and mortar and style virtual academy. So what I mean by that is we leased a building here in New Bern. Teachers were hired from Craven County Schools, and they went there and they showed up every day, and they instructed their students virtually. And over the course of the 3 years, one of the things that we learned is that it is an expensive endeavor. But we did not want to lose that. And as we all have heard about the ESSER funding,
right,
and losing the ESSER money. A lot of that money was the money we were using to financially support CVA. We found there was definitely a need there, but we had to look at a way that we could maintain the virtual option, but scale back some of the cost of it so that it was more feasible for us fiscally. So over the course of this past school year, I started doing some research and trying to reach out to other counties that have virtual academies and find out how they serve their children. And so we have partnered with Edmentum, which is a platform, a virtual learning platform. And we have contracted with them, and they will be providing the coursework for our students that are enrolled at the Craven Virtual Academy in the coming school year.
Great.
So we're excited about that.
That sounds like, so it'll be a different platform. So obviously some changes in place for the upcoming school year.
Yes.
So based on that, I'm assuming that there's a cost savings that's associated with that.
Absolutely. Last year we paid approximately $1.1 million. That was for the building, the lease of the building, the utilities, but most of it was for staffing.
Yeah.
We had, I think, 10 certified teachers that were employed to work at CVA this past school year. And so going forward, we're looking at around $495,000. So a significant savings of over $600,000 that we anticipate not having to fund to be able to still maintain a quality program.
Yeah, because obviously that's important because we want to make sure our students are mastering the content of the grades that are being served. And so first thing, though, I want to touch on is the educators that you mentioned that were serving CVA. Are they still going to be educators in our system?
Absolutely. Every one of those employees that worked at our virtual academy were given priority and were able to transfer to a Craven County school, brick and mortar school, if that is what they chose to do. I think out of all of them, we ended up maybe one decided she could do an option that would be closer to her home. She drove quite a ways. And then one was at retirement age anyway, and she had decided she would retire. So all of those people stayed home in Craven County schools.
Right.
So we didn't lose any of our people. We maintain our school status. So that allows Ms. Warren, who is the principal there, to maintain being the principal, because that job, we still hold that close to our heart. We don't want to turn over our kids to a company or a platform and not have someone that's connected to Craven County Schools that's checking on them daily and making sure they're getting everything that they need.
So they'll be managing the program and the students and the staff, and just to make sure that the day-to-day operations.
If kids aren't showing up in their
Sure.
classes or whatever, Miss Warren will be the person that you're gonna get that call from Craven
Right.
County Schools saying,
Where are
Mr.
you?
So-and-so's not showing up. They didn't come to class today. So it's going to be that. Also, it's important for us to have a connection to Craven County so that we can monitor the social emotional health of our students. We don't want to just turn them loose and see them at the end of the school year.
Right.
So Ms. Warren will go in and out of their classrooms virtually, checking in on them, putting her eyeballs on them, making sure that everybody looks healthy and happy.
Yeah.
And as we go on, now the class will be taught by a North Carolina certified teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So they will still get a North Carolina certified teacher that will be teaching their class, but that teacher just won't be an employee of Craven County School.
And then tell us what grades it serves, because I know that's changing, correct?
Yeah, this year it was 4th through 12th grade. Going forward next year, it's going to be 5th through 12th grade. Our goal is to get it to secondary only.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually it will be a 6th through 12th school. But for the kids that started there in 3rd grade, the year after COVID,
Right.
Last year they were 4th graders, so we didn't take any new 3rd graders last year. This year we'll take no new 4th graders. There'll just be the 4th graders that move up to 5th grade, and then the following year will be 6th grade. We've pretty much determined that students in their foundational years, learning how to read and write and do math, they need that classroom teacher face to face. So we're going to phase out the 5th grade after this year, and it'll be a 6th through 12th grade virtual school.
So Miss Warren will continue to serve. And so the families that are already in CVA will be staying in CVA.
That's correct.
And then they'll be familiar with her.
That's right.
And then I understand that we're still accepting applications.
We are. Our goal is to have a minimum of 100 students. This year we had 116 students there. We just had a graduation last week. And so we graduated some of her students. She's currently taking applications at this point. Our goal is to have at least 100 students there. So we want to make sure, last count, when I talked to her the last time, I think she had accepted 79 kids in, but she still had about 50 or 60 applications that she was waiting for them to get the last things in that needed to be turned in and things like that to make sure before they were accepted. But our goal was to have that at least at a minimum of 100 students.
So for our families who might be exploring different options for their students, what's something that you would want them to know about Craven Virtual Academy?
So I'm very excited because this platform has a plethora of wonderful student opportunities. So things that we may not be able to afford to offer in our high schools because we don't have a Latin teacher or a German teacher. Those are some options that our students will have opportunities to sign up for. They will have CTE courses that they can sign up for as well. They'll have honors classes and AP courses. So they'll have all of the variety of courses that we can offer. And so I think our selection will be wider this year because we're using a company that has more offerings than we were able to provide in the last couple of years.
And that was actually going to be one of my questions is what courses are offered. But I mean, it sounds like so all the core content, of course.
Absolutely.
English, math, social studies, sciences, all
foreign
that's
languages, the CTE courses. Our students who have special needs that attend our school, they will continue to, in addition to their teacher through the platform, they will continue to have a special education teacher that will work with them that is a Craven County School employee.
Great.
So we will be keeping that position so we can continue to monitor their growth and make sure that they're reaching their milestones.
Well, that's great. Well, I know that Miss Warren has been working really hard to make sure that the word is out about this learning opportunity for our students in Craven County.
Absolutely.
And we're still accepting applications.
We are. And I wanted to put this one thing out there. If you are or you know someone that homeschools their children, many people decide to homeschool for of various reasons. But frequently we hear that they want their student to be homeschooled because they have a religious belief. And of course, we're a North Carolina public school. We have to be very careful with that. So one of the opportunities that we could have is to partner with some of our homeschool families, and we could provide the courseware for them to do at home. Mm-hmm. Say maybe you've got an 11th grader and they need to take calculus, and you may or may not feel comfortable helping your child with calculus. We can offer the courseware, and they can still get their
credits
that they need from us while they're at home with you, and you can continue your work with them through their religious studies or whatever you're offering. So we would like to open that up to our homeschools. If you want to take at least 2 classes with us, we could offer the courseware for you, and then of course you could have the rest of their time.
Think about a foreign language, like you mentioned. Absolutely. Latin. I was like, probably most parents aren't versed in a foreign language, so that might be beneficial too, to pick up 2 courses.
That's right,
to be able to assist.
Absolutely. So we're really pushing that. We are hoping to get some homeschool families. And then the other thing that I think is important for everyone to know is that our work with Edmentum is not just going to be like a Canvas course where they log on, they see their syllabus, and they work at their own pace. For all of our core classes that have an end of grade or end of course test, so we're talking about English, language arts, math, and any sciences, math 1, math 3, biology, those courses. The student, there will be a face-to-face teacher that will come on the camera up to 4 days a week. So out of 4 out of 5 days, they would have someone interacting with them. It won't just be go online and find out what you're supposed to do today. The other piece of it is that all of our students will have what we call a success coach. And that is a person that will check with them regularly, making sure they're getting their work done, asking them if, you're struggling in this area. Do you need me to tutor you or find you a tutor in this area?
I love that.
Isn't that a fact? I wish we could do that. I know. I need one of those too in life. But I mean, we anticipate we're going to do it the first semester for every student. We anticipate that we won't need that because some students are just acclimated to get my stuff, give it to me. I know what I'm doing. I'm moving on. So in the future, we may end up keeping the success coaches for our seniors or our students that are struggling, or just that kid that is a bright kid and they just need someone to help them stay on track a little bit, So there's some other offerings that
because that's
we're going to be able.
That's really nice.
That's a nice feature, and we build it into the budget. So if we use them, we pay for them, but if we don't use them, then there's no cost of it. So if our kids need them, we have them there. We'll have everyone assigned a success coach, and hopefully that word can get out and we can increase our enrollment.
That's great. And I know that sometimes people think a virtual option, why do you even need that? But to be quite frank about it, and I think it's important that people in the community understand, is that at the college level, a lot of courses now are virtual. Even if you're going somewhere out of state or on campus, there's a lot of virtual options and the students prefer them.
Yeah.
So it's important that our students are prepared if they're going to the secondary level for post-graduation, for that opportunity to be prepared for virtual courses.
Well, I think we are living in a time post-COVID that everyone knows that you can work from home, you can do school from home, you can do just about anything from anywhere you choose to. And we have to keep up with the times and make sure that we're relevant like everywhere else. And so we want to maintain this option for our students.
And I think another myth out there is the rigor of these courses. And I don't want anybody to think that we've made it easier for students, because sometimes these courses can be even more challenging than face-to-face. So have you experienced or seen?
So we had some concerns with a prior vendor that we had used about people going in and being able to manipulate the courseware and like take out pieces of it so you didn't have to go through the whole course. This will not, we chose a new vendor. We're not going to do that. We can't do that. And they will, like, for example, there is some pace yourself as you go, but if it's a semester long course, they will pace it out for the entire 18 weeks.
Good.
So you can move along pretty quickly, but then you're going to get to a part that you can't go any faster until they do some assessment and make sure you're mastering the material.
Right.
You can't just click through it, because that's one of the things I've heard is that kids can just click through it.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to work for this. It's not a click and get program. You're going to do the work. So I definitely don't believe that we're losing rigor. If anything, I think it'll be a little bit of an adjustment. And that's why the success coach and the extra days face-to-face instruction is going to be necessary, because I think that even though we had a virtual academy, we had I'm not sure it was really a virtual academy. It was more like an online class, online school, because you were still in a classroom setting with the same people every day. It was just on a screen.
Right.
So this is a little bit different, and kids are going to have to, they're going to have to adjust to it. So we want to make sure we give them lots of support. And as they figure this out and they move forward, then we'll be able to really see how much support they need going forward.
Well, great. Was there anything else you'd like to share? If families or anybody is interested in learning more about CVA, who should they contact?
They should contact Mickey Warren. You can go on our website and get the phone number for Craven Virtual Academy. Mickey Warren, Michelle Warren is her name. She is the principal there, and you can reach out to her at michelle.warren@cravenk12.org. And then the other thing I want to say is that this school will follow the traditional calendar.
Good.
So people were asking that. They'll start the same day, and they on the 26th of August, and they'll get out that
new date in May.
That's right before Memorial Day weekend, that Friday before Memorial Day weekend.
Well,
so we're excited about that, and certainly, if you have any questions, you can also reach out to me, michelle.lee@cravenk12.nc.us. Nope, not anymore.
That's your old email.
That's my old email. Okay, michelle.lee@cravenk12.org.
There, you got it.
Oh,
excellent.
I haven't said that in a long time.
Yeah, you went way back.
I know. So I think I covered all my stuff.
Well, good. Well, we appreciate you being here today and for sharing information about Craven Virtual Academy. And we're so excited to have this learning option for our families and for the needs that it meets for our students who are very successful in this environment.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ms. Wagner.
Thank you.